Hello friends, it's me. Welcome to our space where we talk about everything. Today's a very special day because it is not just another day. It is a day that we look back at the history of our world, at what has happened in the past, and learn from the past. As the saying goes, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. And hence this day is a reminder for all of us to go back, reflect upon everything that has happened in the past, so that we do and make the same mistakes again. And this takes me to my first story of the day. It is the story of the Holocaust. It's a dark chapter in the history of humanity. It is a story that must be told and retold so that future generations know what happened during World War II. For those of you who might not know what the Holocaust was, let me tell you. The Holocaust refers to the genocide of European Jews during World War II. During the war, Nazi Germany systematically murdered some 6 million Jewish men, women and children across German-occupied Europe between 1941 and 1945. This was done through a series of mass killings and by sending people to concentration and death camps. Some of you might have studied this in your history books. You might have read about the horrors of the Holocaust. But if you want to see it come alive, if you want to feel what those people felt, then watch the movie Schindler's List. It is based on a true story. It tells you the story of Oskar Schindler, a German businessman who saved the lives of more than 1,000 Polish Jews during the Holocaust by employing them in his factories. Watch the movie, and you will understand why it is one of the finest films ever made. The second story today is also linked to the Holocaust. A group of teenagers recently discovered a time capsule buried during the Holocaust. The capsule was found near the former Arbeitsdorf youth camp in northern Germany. Inside, they found personal belongings, documents and photographs dating back to the time when the camp was used by the Nazis. Things like this help us remember the victims and survivors of the Holocaust. They also remind us of the importance of tolerance and fighting against racism and anti-Semitism. Speaking of tolerance, let's take a look at how people of different faiths are celebrating this day. In Israel, thousands of people are marching from Jerusalem to the Israeli parliament in Tel Aviv. They want the government to pass a law banning conversion therapy. Conversion therapy is a controversial practice which aims to change a person's sexual orientation or gender identity. The marchers say that it is a form of torture. They want the government to ban it. This is something that other countries have already done. In 2022, the United Nations said that conversion therapy should be banned, but some countries still allow it. Some countries even encourage it. So the march in Israel is important. It is a step towards acceptance, towards creating a more tolerant society. Tolerance is key to solving many of our problems, including the problem of poverty. If we tolerate extreme levels of inequality, if we tolerate discrimination, if we tolerate hate, then we cannot expect to build a better world. We must address these issues, and one way to do that is through education. That's the idea behind the Swaha International School in Nepal. It is Asia's first school which offers free education to underprivileged children. The school was set up in 2018. Since then, it has expanded to several districts in Nepal. Today, more than 1,700 children are studying there. The idea is to give every child an equal opportunity. The school has adopted a unique teaching method. Children from different communities study together. They learn about each other's culture, learn about their similarities and differences. They learn about tolerance, and the results are amazing. There has been a drastic reduction in the number of out-of-school children in Nepal. Plus, there has also been a decline in the number of child laborers. Our next story is about a different kind of learning. It comes from South Africa, where researchers are teaching penguins to recognize themselves in the mirror. It sounds strange, but it is true. Scientists believe that self-recognition is a sign of self-awareness. And if penguins can recognize themselves in the mirror, then they will become the first avian species to do so. Scientists have been working with a group of African penguins. These are the penguins that live along South Africa's Atlantic coast. They have marked the penguins with special ink spots. Then they have placed them in front of a mirror. At first, the penguins were confused. They did not know what was going on. But after several attempts, they began to recognize themselves in the mirror. Today, some of them have developed self-awareness. They have started to understand that they are looking at themselves in the mirror. Experts say this discovery could help us understand how consciousness evolved on Earth. It could help us understand whether other animals are conscious or not. Our next story is about a very different kind of evolution, the evolution of cinema. Did you know that watching movies is going to be a lot more immersive soon? Yes, the experience of watching movies is about to get better. How is that? Well, thanks to technology. Sony Pictures has unveiled plans to release a new James Bond movie in a special format. The format is called ND Vision 3D. It uses 2 cameras to capture 3D images. These images are then encoded onto special lens-equipped glasses. Once the glasses are worn, the viewer will see the movie in 3D. Sony says this format will offer a much more realistic viewing experience. In fact, it will be so real that you will feel like you are inside the movie. This technology was supposed to be released in 2022, but it was delayed. Now, the format will be unveiled to the public in 2024. It will be released alongside the new format. And to kick things off, what better movie than a James Bond flick? But no matter what format the movie is released in, no matter what technology is used, nothing can replace the original experience. Nothing can replace watching movies on the big screen, sharing popcorn with your friends, watching it with your family. That feeling is irreplaceable. And that's exactly what makes our next story so sad. Cinemas are closing down all over the world. Last year, Cineworld, the world's second-largest cinema chain, filed for bankruptcy. It cited several reasons for its financial troubles. One of them was the pandemic. Another one was the rise of streaming services like Netflix and Disney+. But as cinemas close down, there is good news for movie lovers in India. Indian actor Shah Rukh Khan is returning to the big screen. He will be seen in the movie Donkey. The teaser of the movie has been released. In fact, SRK himself released the teaser. On his social media page, he wrote, "Here's a New Year's gift for all the fans. Hope you like the teaser." The movie is directed by Rajkumar Hirani. It is slated to be released in December 2023. It will be interesting to see how the movie performs at the box office, especially at a time when cinemas are struggling. So that's all for today. I'll look at some of the most important stories of the day. Do you know what links all these stories together? Tolerance? If we tolerate inequality, then there will be poverty. If we tolerate racism, then there will be discrimination. If we tolerate injustice, then there will be inequality. Tolerance, therefore, becomes very important. And that is the lesson for today. Learn from the past, be tolerant, and build a better future. I am the host. Keep watching our space for more.